Hi everyone, welcome to BeeWell Live and Happy New Year, although it's January 12th I think, so I usually stop saying that after like the 5th, but Happy New Year, welcome back. We'll get started here in 1 second. My name is Mike, I'm a sport coordinator here in Athletics and Recreation at Seneca College, and we're here again, obviously not ideal, but we're at home. We had a little bit of a taste of being back on campus in person at our facilities, which was lovely, seeing everyone and taking advantage of our amenities, and whether that was coming to the fitness center or shooting around in the gym. It was definitely missed, but we're here and at home, and we're still delivering you some health, wellness, fitness, recreation to kind of stay healthy and active. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is talking about some exercises you can do for a lovely winter activity that is skating or hockey or really anything on the ice, and some exercises that you can do just at home with basically no equipment that will help improve your skating ability. So whether you are new and you're really hoping to maybe try skating for the first time this winter, obviously we'd love to get outside. A lot of facilities, if not all of them, are closed for recreation activities. So there's plenty of outdoor rinks and trails and ponds and things like that where you can take your skates and maybe start skating for the first time. Or maybe you're intermediate and you just want a couple extra exercises to help improve your performance on the ice. Either way, this will benefit all of you. So before you strap into your skates, there's a few things that you want to do to help improve your strength and flexibility. So a lot of mobility that's involved with the ankle that can actually really benefit you. So these aren't explosive exercises by any means. These are a lot of exercises that aren't so fun to do, but will really improve the endurance you have. So when you're skating, a lot of beginners that complain of their foot or their ankle being sore, which isn't just because the skate is tight and feels weird. A lot of the times it's because it's a weird position for your foot to be in, that's kind of stuck position in the skate. And it doesn't allow you to do the high impact shock absorption that walking and running does. So it can be a little odd at first. So there's a few exercises that you can do to help improve that tolerance, so that when you do put your skates on for the first time, if you're beginning, that will really help with that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is ankle mobility. So this is number 1 on our list of important things to do for improving your performance with learning how to skate or improving your skating. So ankle mobility, what you're going to do is you're lying down on the floor, or just kind of sitting like this, and your shoes don't have to be on, mine are just on here. And what you want to do is the alphabet with your foot. So if you can see here, really, really simple. Again, this is tedious and it's not so fun. You're not jumping up and down like these explosive exercises. These are the small little detailed ones that are going to help. So you're just propping with your arms, lifting your foot off the ground and fully extending it. Okay, so plantar flexion with your ankle, you're pointing the toes forward, and what you want to do is literally just do the alphabet with your foot. So pretend like you're outlining, you're drawing the A, B, C, you're going through the entire alphabet. It should take you a few minutes, you don't want to go through it too quickly, and just pretend like you're writing the alphabet. E, you're getting every little stroke here, all the way through the entire alphabet, and then you switch, other foot, do the same thing. You'll feel one is stronger than the other, for sure. But these exercises are really great for improving your mobility of the ankle, which really helps when you're in a pair of skates, for sure. Okay, so that's ankle mobility. That's the first thing you're going to do on the floor before you start any of these other exercises, okay? All right, for sure. So the next thing is balance. So obviously, it goes without saying that when you are learning how to skate, balancing is pretty important, if not the most important thing, to staying upright. And obviously you have an external factor, which is the environment, the ice, which is different than walking on solid ground. So that's a whole other factor, but just staying upright requires a lot of static and dynamic balance, and I'll show you the difference. So static balance is the first one we're going to do. Really, really simple exercise. You've probably done it before in gym class, and it's just the one-legged stance, but it really is beneficial to practice this long term. Arms across your body. You don't need to lift the other leg at 90 degrees. It doesn't have to be lifted up here. It can be behind you. It really doesn't matter as long as the foot is lifted off the ground. So let's start with our non-dominant foot. So I'm right side dominant. So it's probably backwards for you, but my left foot is my non-dominant, so I'm going to start with the left foot on the floor and my right foot lifted off the ground, just slightly. It can be behind, it can be in front, doesn't really matter. And you want to try to lean back and just hold that, and you'll start to feel the little muscles and connective tissue in your foot and ankle really trying to fight the center of gravity. Okay, so you're holding it here. Try for about 30 seconds. Give your foot a rest. Do your dominant side. Arms across the body. Foot is just lifted slightly off the ground, maybe behind you a little bit. And you're going to hold that. And you're going to really start to feel the ankle and the foot really warming up. Okay, so you're going to do that a couple times. You can increase the intensity by putting the arms further away from the body. You could even close your eyes if you'd like, which can help improve that performance as well. So that's the static balance. That's exercise 2 for our skating exercises. Exercise 3 is a little bit more challenging, and this is our dynamic balance. So it's the same thing, maintaining our equilibrium with movement. Okay, so what you want to do is find 2 little objects. My son's little car toys are here, so that's what I have nearby. So I'm going to put one in front of me and one behind me, maybe a little bit off to the side. And what you want to do, hopefully you can see that in the camera there, is a 2-point touch. So arms can be either across the body like we did for the static balance or on the hips. And all you're going to do is lifting the foot off the ground. Now we're balancing. The movement comes in when you go to touch that object and then reach behind you. That's the hard one, to touch the one behind. 2-point touch. So 1 touch, 2 touch. And you'll really find this challenging to maintain your balance. And your ankle, your foot is working so hard to stabilize with that movement. And it really improves those little intricate pieces that help with skating. So that's your 2-point touch, and then you'll switch it, put that object behind on the other side, and then you do the same thing. 1 touch, 2 touch behind. Okay, that's your 2-point touch, really helpful for dynamic balance. Okay, next skating exercise is for our strength and endurance. So now we've talked about ankle mobility and stability. We've talked about dynamic and static balance. Next up is, of course, strength. We want to be able to push ourselves through that stride. So a really good one to do, instead of a regular typical lunge, is a lateral lunge. There's a lot of lateral movement with the skating stride. It's not just forwards and backwards. So a lateral lunge, basically taking an exaggerated step to the side, lowering down, not too far, and just continuing on that side. So that's your lateral lunge. Really helps develop those muscles and movements involved in the skating stride. Okay, and last but not least is basically wrapping everything together, and that is our bowler squat or one-legged squat. So similar to what we did with the dynamic balance, is let's just say we have an object behind you, and what you want to do is, instead of just being in our stationary touch that we did for our 2-point touch, you want to go down a lot lower, increase the range of motion. So now you're working the same muscles we did for the lateral lunge, but now you're doing it with more balance. So you're pretty much putting everything together here. So you're here, you're going to squat down to touch that object that we placed on the floor, and then return your foot back. Lunging down, reaching behind, and bringing it back. If you want to make it more difficult, avoid touching the foot to the floor in the beginning position. So it's here, touch behind, and then raise it up, going right back behind, like so. And we call it the bowler squat because it's that finishing move with the bowl, if you will, kind of cheesy. And there you have it. Okay, so there are your exercises for whether you're beginner or intermediate skater, if you're learning how to ice skate this winter. Make sure that you find a proper skate that fits you. And these exercises will really help with learning how to skate and improving performance. Thanks for tuning in to BeeWell Live. We'll be here again serving you for the rest of this month at least. Hopefully we can see you guys in person real soon. Okay, cheers, be well.